Hi, and welcome to part 5 of using the Splunk add-on for Citrix Cloud. In this part, I will demonstrate the creation of a virtual apps and desktops operational input or runtime input, and I'll show that example data. It's important to know that this runtime data gives administrators a detailed history of the running state of their virtual apps and desktop sites, which is something that's not possible with the native tools. There's also a number of different endpoints that can be chosen to provide this data. So it may be that you will need multiple distinct inputs set up to collect different data on different schedules. And I'll demonstrate more of that as we move into this presentation. To be more clear about the type of data that will be collected, consider that a virtual apps and desktop site might have multiple machine catalogs, delivery groups, applications, and other settings configured, as well as the runtime state of any sessions that are running within that site as well. There are none in this configured display here. So those are the types of points of data that would be pulled with this input. So if we come over to our add-on and we look at our inputs, we'll go ahead and create a new input, and this last type is virtual apps and desktops operational. Go ahead and click add. This will require a name, so we'll call this CVAD operational sessions. So in this case, I'm just interested in pulling active sessions that are part of this site. So I'll go ahead and select my Citrix Cloud account from step 1. I'll select the Cloud XD site from step 2. And now I'll be presented with the various API endpoints that will deliver information to Splunk. In this case, I want my session information very frequently. I'd like to know about that every 30 seconds. And I'll deliver that to the default index. These sessions change frequently, and so we would want a more frequent collection interval. So I'll go ahead and click add. But maybe I also want other metadata that doesn't change quite so frequently. So I'll add another operational input, and we'll call this CVAD operational metadata. We'll select the same account, we'll select the same site, and in this case, what I'll pull are the items that might not change as frequently. So I'll pull the application groups, the various deployed applications, the delivery groups, machine catalogs, machines, and let's say the site overall. But we don't need that very frequently. We'll only collect that every 5 minutes, assuming that it changes very infrequently. And we'll go ahead and deliver that to the default index as well. I'll click add. So now I have two different operational inputs running, one every 30 seconds to retrieve the sites and one every 5 minutes to retrieve the metadata. If I come over to my search and rerun a search against all, now we can see I have a number of source types. I have now Citrix CVAD operational and information about each of those items, applications, machines, delivery groups. So if I interrogate that, now I can see the various machines that are part of my deployment. Thanks for watching, and I hope this was helpful.